Welcome back to the channel, Crypto Trend Trader, with a quick update on Bitcoin. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you it's not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. These markets are extremely volatile, so please do your own research and trade responsibly. So we had the daily Bitcoin chart. I'm looking at Coinbase right here, and I've got a couple of indicators pulled up, and our moving averages as well. And here on the daily, we'll see we do get the hard sell back here as we broke through the 10. And then we got it again here after we broke through the 10. We did find support here on the 21, which is what happened last time as well. So we're paying attention to that. Here on the TD MACD, we got like multiple histogram in a row down, and then we found support before we hit the blue trend line. Now here you'll see we're at that trend line now, which is a common area to get a bounce. So we may be seeing that bounce now off the 21. It's important now to see what happens. Do we get rejected now by our shorter time frame moving average? Do we just consolidate in this area for a couple of days and the market kind of sorts itself out? Or like, you know, if we're going to move to the downside, is this like distribution that's taking place? So we'll have to see. You know, there was obviously a strong sell-off and then it got bought right back up. But, you know, we are still below our short time frame moving average. So what I would expect to happen is if we can stay above it long enough, we'll get a big powerful move up like that. But if we don't, you know, and we slowly get this towards the cross down here, I would expect our next moving average to be the most important you know, area to pay attention to. And keep in mind that we are about to get that golden cross on the simple moving averages, the blue right here and the green right here. They're about to cross. So we already got the exponential back here. And oftentimes we'll get that test back here to see if the market's going to reject it or accept it, and then the move after that will be very powerful. So again, that's going to be a very important area for us to manage risk off as well as key Fibonacci levels. So let's switch down to the shorter time frame. This is going to be a quick one. On the 4 hour here, like I said, our shorter time frame moving average. Oh, I did want to mention this. You know, we're always paying attention basically for, you know, what I would call like a change in behavior. And, you know, essentially we got like the cross back here. We were getting like a lot of indecision at the bottom, but then we got the cross back here, the red above the yellow. And once we did, we defended it. Even though price went below it, we defended the cross, came down here. We finally got the cross again. So we were crossed this whole entire time here. Sold back off and came down not quite to the 200 on the 4 hour. Okay, but we essentially made it down like below the 90. So we got the cross back up, got the cross down, got the cross back up, defended the cross. So now here we got the cross down again, and it's starting to look like this right here. So often what will happen is we'll get the push back up to the 21, which it looks like may have already happened and got rejected here. Sell back off, come down and develop some divergence in this area, and then we could come back up and cross back over like this and move to the upside. Now, if that's not going to happen, and that would line up with some of the other indicators as well. If that's not going to happen, if we're not going to find support here in this area and move to the upside again, then we want to pay attention to this 200 on the 4 hour because it lines up perfectly with like this previous support level, like horizontal support level. So that's going to put us like that 93.50 range. And that's both 200 moving averages on the shorter time frame, like 4 hour, exactly in that same area. So we could easily get rejected right down here on the Jewel Thief for the blue crossing back to the purple. It looks like it wants to cross back up right now. This could get rejected and smash back down again like that, and we could develop a little further divergence. I actually took a long on this sell-off here just because, honestly, it looked good. I mean, there was like divergence developed on the shorter time frames, and it was a key support level. So I took a, you know, essentially just a scalp position out of here because I do at this point in time, I really do think that price action's coming down here to retest like a little bit of the little bit to the downside. But you know, I do blindly trade some of these indicator setups when they look perfect on shorter time frames. You know, I'll take a signal if I have to. Especially if it lines up with like key fib levels. And you know, when we got like a powerful sell-off like that and an overall bullish trend, even if we are going to continue to the downside, I would expect there to be like a powerful bounce and then a rejection at like either the 10 or the 21 moving average, just because like, everything is still bullish until it's not. So same way things are bearish in a bear trend, we're in a short-term bullish or uptrend without a doubt. So what I would expect to happen is there's still to be like bullish, reactions. And there was a very powerful move off that. We got a bullish engulfing candle off that sell-off. The way this was already developing on that with that long doji wick, or I'm sorry, not doji, but long wick on it, it looked like it was going to be a promising at least bounce or some kind of like consolidation move here. But coming into the daily, weekly close, I did expect that. Oh, and we did want to switch over to the weekly real quick and take a look at what's going on. And just like we were talking about before, it basically looks like we just bounced this area, found support, and we're moving up. We just have to see now how far are we going to move up. We did get a temporary like consolidation area right here. Just about like what we were talking about before, because we closed down here on a down candle, what we're going to pay attention to is do we take out this? This is the danger zone. If we come down here on the weekly and we test the 10, that's going to take out the previous, like 2 weeks ago, candle. So we do have to be careful of that. And that's 9,300 range. So this is definitely an area where a lot of people are taking profits. Altcoins have taken quite a bit of a hit. But, if you got into them like prior to all this moves, all you did was just give back some of your profits, which is, it's acceptable, but it is important to lock those in as well. So there we have it, guys. Just a quick one today. I'll be back tomorrow with a little more of an in-depth video. At this point in time, just like we were talking about, it looks like as soon as we closed under the shorter time frame one, we're going to just keep coming down and testing between these two. So basically our range is going to be like 97 to like 10,000, and then we're looking for a break of that range, and that's going to give us a better idea as to what to expect over the coming days or weeks here. So all right, crypto trend trader, and I'm out of here.